This is a place value chart for multiplication. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and 10,000s. So this shows how the digits move to the next column when it is multiplied by 10. When we multiply 7,263 times 10, the value of it increases 10 times and it becomes 72,630. This shows the place value chart for division. When we divide 31,000 by 100, each digit moves 2 columns to the right. So if you see, 3 moves 2 columns to the right. So 1 column and again it moves to the next column. So if you see, every digit moves 2 columns to the right. So this 1 in the thousands place moves to the hundreds place and again to the ones place. The value of 31,000 when divided by 100, it decreases 100 times and becomes 310. 400 is how many times less than 40,000? 40,000, and this is 400. 40,000, when we divide it by 100, the value decreases 100 times and it becomes 400. So in division, the value decreases, but in multiplication, the value increases. Now let's see, 5,000 is how many times greater than 5? So 5,000. So 5 when we multiply by 1,000. So 5 when we multiply it by 1,000, we get 5,000. So 5,000 is 1,000 times greater than 5. 3,200 when we multiply it with 10, we get 32,000. So the value of 32,000 is 10 times more than 3,200. 70 times 10 is 700. 70 is, when we multiply by 10, it becomes 700. So 700 is 10 times greater than 70. The same way, 700 when divided by 10 becomes 70. But when we divide, the value decreases 10 times and it becomes 70. When we multiply by 10, the value increases 10 times and becomes 700. So, multiplication, the value increases, and when we divide, the value decreases. So here, this 7 in the tens place is same as this 7 in the tens place. So, we are multiplying this 7 with 100, right? So, when we multiply with 100, the 7 in the tens place moves 2 columns. So, this is 1 column to the left, and also again 1 more column to the left. So, the 7 in the tens place moves 2 columns, 1 column and again 1 column to the left, and it is in the thousands place. So this is what happens when we multiply. The digit moves 2 columns to the left in the place value chart. And 0 in the ones place again moves 2 columns to the left, and it becomes hundreds. So 70 when multiplied, it becomes 7,000, which is 100 times bigger than 70. Okay, so 42,300. The 2 in the thousands place. And if you see here, 65,286, this 2 is in hundreds place. So the 2 in the thousands place makes 2,000. The 2 in the hundreds place value is 200. 2,000 is 10 times greater than 200. So when you multiply 200 times 10, you get 2,000. So 2,000 is 10 times greater than 200. So this is a place value chart for division. This shows what happens when we divide a number. So when we divide a number by 10, it becomes 10 times smaller. So 3 in the 10,000 when divided by 10, it becomes 10 times smaller, and it becomes 1,000. Again, when we divide the 3 by 1,000 by 10, it goes to the next column and it becomes 100. Again, when we divide the 3 in the hundreds place by 10, it goes to the next column and it becomes a 10. So again, when we divide the 3 in the tens place by 10, it goes to the next column and becomes 1. So when we divide by 10, the digits move to the left or move to the next column in the left, and the value decreases 10 times. 3 is 100 times smaller than 300, because when we divide 300, we divide it by 100, then we get 3. Or we can also write the equation like so, which is 300 divided by 100 equals 3. Here it shows how the long division can be done. 18,000 is divided by 10. Again, here it shows a long division. 2,500 when multiplied by 10 becomes 25,000. Okay, so this 25,000 is 10 times bigger than 2,500. So here you can see how this 25,000 is multiplied by 10. We have to multiply with this 0 all the 4 numbers. So 0 times 0 is 0. And then again you have to multiply with this number. 0 times 0 is 0. And then again 0 times 5. Any number multiplied by 0 is 0. So it's again 0. 0 times 2 is 0. Then we have to use multiply with the other number. 1 time 0 is 0. 1 time 0 is 0. 1 time 5 is 5. And 1 time 2 is 2. Again, then we have to add all the numbers and find the answer. So this is multiplication. So this is fraction. 4 quarters. This is a quarter, a quarter, a quarter, and 1 quarter. So if you have 4 quarters, it becomes a whole. Here you can see 3 quarters. I have shaded 3 quarters. So 3 quarters is this much. 3 quarters. This is one whole. I've shaded all the quarters. So when we shade all the 4 quarters, then it becomes one whole. So this is how we get one whole. Add all the numerators and it becomes, when you add all the numerators, it becomes 4. And since the denominators are the same, we have a common denominator 4. So 4 by 4, 4 divided by 4, any number divided by the same number, it becomes 1. That is how 4 quarters will make 1. This shows number bond for a fraction. 10 by 8 has a whole in it, 8 by 8, which is a whole, and also 2 by 8, which is a fraction. This tape diagram shows 10 by 8. So each segment or each unit is 1 by 8. So this unit is 1 by 8. And 10 times 1 by 8 is 10 by 8. Adding all the fractional units, we get 10 by 8. 1 by 8 is called eighths. 1 by 8 is called eighths. A number bond for the fraction 10 by 8. When we add all the parts, we will get the fraction 10 by 8. So this is 11/6. Each unit is 1/6. This fraction is called 11/6. So here the whole is shown here. So this is the whole and this is the fractional part. 2 by 12 fraction. The fractional unit is 1/12. 12 times 1/12. So there are 12 1/12s here. 12 number of 1/12s. So 12 times 1/12 will become 12 by 12, which is 1. And there are 2 more fractional units. We have 2 12s, which is 2 by 12. 4 eighths. The size of each fraction is 4 eighths. The size of the fraction is 4 eighths. So we have to show 4 eighths in a tape diagram. So each unit will be 1/8. So this is 1/8, this is 1/8, this is 1/8, and this is 1/8. So 4 times 1/8 will become 4 eighths. So 4 times 1/8. 1 by 8, 1 by 8, 1 by 8, 1 by 8. 4 times 1 by 8 can also be written as 1 by 8 plus 1 by 8 plus 1 by 8 plus 1 by 8. This is the same as 4 times 1 by 8. Right? So when we add all 1/8, we get 4 by 8. We know that 5/5 equals 1. 5/5 means 5 by 5. 8/5 has one whole in it, and also a fraction 3 by 5. So this is the whole that 8/5 have, and also a fraction 3 by 5. When you add the two parts, you get 8 by 5. This 2/4 fraction is shown in the tape diagram. So to show 2/4, I've shaded two number of 1/4. So this is 1/4. Each unit is 1/4. So 2 times 1/4 is 2/4. So this can be shown in repetitive addition, which is 1 by 4 and 1 by 4. So when we add 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4, we get 2 by 4. 5/8 can be written as 5 times 1 by 8, or 1 by 8 plus 1 by 8 plus 1 by 8 plus 1 by 8 plus 1 by 8. So here I have shown 5 by 8 in a tape diagram. This is how it looks. So the whole is 8 by 8. 8 by 8 is the whole. I have just shaded 5 by 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5 by 8. Distributive property. 1 by 2 has 2 quarters in it, and 1 by 2 or half has 3/6 in it. So here you can see equivalent fractions. 2 by 3 and 4 by 6 are equivalent because they have the same size. The fraction 2 by 3 has 2 units of 1 by 3, and the fraction 4 by 6 has 4 units of 1 by 6. So equivalent fraction of 2 by 3 is 4 by 6. In the same way, the equivalent fraction of 1 by 2 is 2 by 4. So this shows 2 by 3. So in 2 by 3, this is 1 by 3 and this is 1 by 3. That is how it becomes 2 by 3. And when we divide this 2 by 3, the value of each unit becomes 1 by 9. 1 by 9, 1 by 9, 1 by 9, and 1 by 9. So we have 6 times 1 by 9, which becomes, we have 1 by 9, 6 times, so it becomes 6 by 9. We also know that the value is the same as 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 equals 6 by 9. So 6 by 9 is an equivalent fraction for 2 by 3.